Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Sunday morning. I hear a little bit of an echo. Give me one moment. All right. I hope you guys can hear me. If not, I'll have to come back and do a voiceover. Hey guys, this is Caron. I am your independent demonstrator with Stampin Up, and I am here in Austin, Texas. So I am taking on the moniker. I am the ATX Stampin' Lady, you guys. So come on into the craft room with me today, and let's get creating. You guys, we came to you a little bit off. This is the third Sunday of the month, and normally we do our roll of the die on the second Sunday of the month, but we all know that last week was Mother's Day, so I decided to give you guys a little bit of a break and just make sure that you guys had a little bit of an opportunity to spend with the kids or with your moms or however you were going to spend it, but I didn't want to intrude on your Mother's Day. So I hope everybody had a wonderful and happy Mother's Day. So let's get started today. So last month, the die rolled, let's see what the elements are that we rolled. We rolled monochromatic, masculine, embellish, layering, and bright. Y'all, right off the bat, this created a challenge for me because when I think about creating for masculine cards, I do not go to brights. That is just not where I go. I generally go towards the neutrals or the regals when I'm making masculine cards. So this one was a little bit of a challenge for me. And then to make it worse, had to be monochromatic, right? So in addition to that, guys, and masculine, so we're going to bring in some neutrals in here, and we're going to bring in some other colors today that's a little bit not into the brights, just to make sure that we are getting a nice masculine card. I need a birthday card, so our sentiment is going to be birthday today. All right, so let's take a look. Our stamp set today that we're going to be focusing on is the Under the Moon stamp set. And if you have your catalogs, if you go to page 88 of the 2024-2025 annual catalog, you will see the Under the Moon stamp set. It is in the, if you're tracking with the new catalog layout, it is the stamping techniques, and you can see that this is a distinctive stamp. This is the it's a $20 stamp. There's no sentiments on it, so we're going to have to bring in additional sentiments. And I am choosing the Simply Said, I think is what I'm choosing anyway, because there's a nice birthday stamp in there. I didn't mark that page. Hold on. And so Simply Said is on page 19 of the catalog. So let's grab there. And here you see it's on page 19 of the annual catalog. It is just a sentiment stamp, and you can see that you can also use it with any of the ephemera packs and our memories and more cards and envelopes. All right, so let's get started. So here's my inspiration for this project, and here's where I started from, okay? So this is what my inspiration was. My dad's a fisherman. He loves to be on the water, and so for his birthday, which is this month, I don't know where my template went to. So his birthday is this month, so I went ahead and decided that I would use this stamp set and this technique to create my dad's birthday card. Alright, so I misplaced something. I just gotta find it. So what we're gonna need for this project is, the colors in the Brights collection, just so that you are aware. It's Poppy Parade, Azure Afternoon. Let me just tell you what they are. Let me just flip back to the page. There's 10 colors in the Brights collection. It's Poppy Parade, Melon Mambo, Flirty Flamingo, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, Azure Afternoon, and Berry Burst. So from the, I'm going to work with Coastal Cabana and Azure Afternoon, because I think those are kind of keep me in the monochromatic area. And then I'm going to bring in maybe some Misty Moonlights and some of the other blues to finish out my card, okay? I gotta find my template, y'all. So we're gonna need our colors, and I've already pulled my blues, so as I blend, I just might change my color scheme just a little bit, but here's our Coastal Cabana. Here's our Misty Moonlight. These are all the blues that we may or may not be using today, okay? Found my template too. And then there's Blueberry Bushel and Night of Navy. So we have a good range to choose from, but we will definitely be focusing on Azure Afternoon and Coastal Cabana because they are in the Brights collection. Alright, so what else will we need? We already told you about the stamp set Under the Moon and Simply Said. We're going to need a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored on at 4.25, and this is Azure Afternoon. We're going to need 2 pieces of basic white, one for the inside, one for the outside, and both are 4 by 5.25. We're going to need a scrap of basic black, and we're going to need a scrap of white. Now I've already done the white, and that's to stamp the stamp and heat emboss, our little sailboat image, okay? And then we're going to need a mask, because there's the techniques we're going to focus on here today is a little bit of masking and double masking, and let's get started. So first thing we want to do is, because of the techniques that I want to do, I'm going to bring in my stamp positioner, and this is the Mini Misty, and I'm using the Mini Misty only because of the space in my shot. I do have the Stamparatus, which I do use. I just for this purpose needed to use the Mini Misty, and I've got the ocean image. And I'm going to stamp this one. My thought was to stamp it in Azure Afternoon. And I want this to be a lot darker. I'm changing my mind. I may change it again. But I think I'm going to go with Coastal Cabana, y'all. Okay. And the reason I'm using my stamp positioner in this is because I really want it to be extremely dark. Okay. And with using the stamp positioner, I'm guaranteed that I'm going to be stamping in the same position every time. So I can make this layer as dark as I want. Okay. That's Coastal Cabana. I'm going to turn it this way for inking purposes. As you see, there's that big old splotch right there. Now the distinctive stamps, the purpose of them, in case you're not familiar with distinctive stamping, is that this stamp has the ability to give you the degradation of color. So it seems as if it's already highlighting it for you, okay? You see the highlights and the hues already? That is the distinctive stamp's purpose. So I'm going to make this just one more shade darker. Put that away. And then I think we're done with this color. I'm going to put that aside because I don't need this part anymore. And And then I'm going to bring in the moon. Okay, this one. And I'm going to stamp this one in a dark, I think I'm going to go with, let's go with boho blue. I'm just playing with colors here right now, y'all. It's like I tried a couple of different colors, and you guys get to see what the final outcome is, okay? Alright. Make sure this is lined up. And there we have our moon image, okay, with the dark clouds hanging over. So that's what we have right there. Now I'm going to bring in my mask. And I think I want to make sure. Now I played around with the different circles sizes. I punched a 2-inch circle, as you can see. I punched a 2 3/4 circle, and that was a little bit too big. And definitely a 2 1/2 was way too big. So I needed a 2 1/4 inch circle to cover my moon. But I think I'm just gonna go with the 2 3/8 inch circle, okay? Then what I'm gonna do is just grab my blending brushes, and I'm gonna bring in a silicone crafts sheet so I don't mess up my surface. And then I'm just going to take this piece of green tape off my 2 inch circle, put it on the back, and so I don't have it move once I put it in place. All right, so let's just grab our silicone mat. And then set things in place, and then we are going to get to blending. I'm going to start with our main focus color, which is our Azure Afternoon, okay? And I'm going to start off matte, of course, blend, and I want to have a little bit of a light hand. Because I'm gonna build on the Azure Afternoon, I think. That's all blending is, you guys. So as you can see, the brights are the focus of this panel so far. I'm going to bring in I think definitely the Night of Navy, because I want to darken it up a little bit around the edges. I might bring in a couple of the other blues just to make sure I can show some true blending of colors through true shades. But we'll see about that in just a little bit, okay? that's what we've got so far. I'm just gonna take this blue all the way around. Do you want to take it all the way around? I don't know. That's just way too stark white there for me. So maybe a little bit of reflection. Okay. Now, because this 2-inch circle is a little bit bigger than the image, I'm going to have a little bit of a white halo surrounding my moon. But once I've done coloring, I'm just going to go right back in there. Okay, so we got that. Put this brush away. And I'm going to start with a little bit of Misty Moonlight. Yes, I'm going to just do Misty. Ooh, it's a lot of color there. My Misty's pretty darn juicy. I just saw that. Excuse me. Let me let it sink into the brush for just a little bit. Now the reason I want to make sure that I have several shades of blue is, one, you can see it in the sky. The sky is never just one shade of any color. It's always multiple shades of things. But you can see from what I'm doing so far how that moon is going to be haloed by the Azure afternoon color, and then it's going to just be have that little ring of white. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to do the same down at the bottom because I want it to be lighter, way lighter at the bottom. And I don't think I'm going to do the Night and Navy. I think just those two colors work better. Okay. That's all I got for that. So let's just move all of this stuff out of the way, and I'll do my big reveal. Hope I'm going to need the light one. Alright, so you can already see what this is going to look like. Look at it, right? So let's carefully remove, and that's what we have. Now to kind of make this not so stark, I'm just going to go in with the light, the brush that had the Azure afternoon, and I'm just going to take the remnants of it and soften that white just a little bit. I'm not adding any more ink. I'm just softening the white with the remaining ink that's on the brush. Okay? There we go. And that's our focal image, you guys. And so now, next thing I'm going to do is I already stamped I did 2 of them. So I stamped and heat embossed on white, just white, and then one of my previous images of attempts at doing this, and so I can do the stark white, which I don't think will work. So I'm gonna I'm gonna fussy cut both of them because there are no dies for this this set, and then we'll make a decision on which one we like better in this frame. Okay. And this is a pretty fairly small image, so it should be very easy to fussy cut. Alright guys, while I'm fussy cutting, just want to take you guys for a minute. Just don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate that. If you are new to my station or my channel, welcome. If you have been returning, if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I know that you have the opportunity to spend your viewing time with any demonstrator, and the fact that you've chosen to spend some of your time with me today, I appreciate that. If this is your first time and you don't know what Roll of the Die is an event where Stampin' Up demonstrators, a couple of us get together and we create cards based upon elements rolled by the dice. Now, we never know what we have. And joining me this month in this hop, where we create featuring elements that were masculine, monochromatic, we have to embellish, layer, what's the other one, and use brights, is Miss Tiffany McGill. Her information will be posted in the description below. So just definitely make sure that you go ahead and give her a watch. You guys, while you are there, please don't forget to like and subscribe to her channel as well. Okay? And leave her comments. Your comments and feedback is always what makes our day. We love to see that if we have inspired you, for you to share that with us. I will also be posting a link in the description where you can, if you choose to create a similar card or the same card, that you can post your creations with me. Okay? Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So we could use that one, or we can use that one. Now, I think in this instance, I'm probably going to go with the little one. But I'm also going to grab my brush, so to soften that white just a little bit. Just a little bit. So it's just not so stark white in the back, okay? And then we're going to just add this guy right there. You see a little bit of the moonlight shining through the little area in the sails, and that's what I wanted to have happen. Alright, so there's that. We're going to grab some dimensionals right now because we're going to pop this guy up, and then we'll get moving along with the rest of the card. Because we are almost done with creating this card, y'all. It's a very simple, very quick, and y'all know I don't generally do quick cards. You know I don't generally do them that quick, right? While I got you guys here, I know I have not been live on YouTube. I am going live on my Facebook channel, in my Facebook group. And I am going live there at least once a week. That is my commitment to my Facebook viewers, is to go live at least once a week. And I try to go to them with my kit together, and I do that on Fridays. The last Friday of every month, we do a Zoom kit together where I will post a link to Zoom, and you guys are very welcome to join me. Bring your kits, bring your whatever it is you're working on, your UFOs, I call them, unfinished objects, or UFPs, unfinished projects, if that sounds a little bit more less daunting. And you come on in and we get together, we craft, we socialize, and we just work on finishing projects. Okay? There we go. I'll put this down here. Okay, so we have that, and then we got a piece of black cardstock. Let's grab this out of the way. I'm gonna save this guy for another day because we'll use them. And you guys, once you make these little templates, don't throw them out, okay? You can reuse these as masks. I do recommend, however, that when you do punch them out, die cut them out, that you measure them and you write the measurements on them. That way, you know, like if you're like me, you'll know exactly what size you're using to mask your image. All right, so just wanted to take a quick break, you guys, and just remind you that if there's anything that you do see, we are featuring today the roll of the die. Here are the images that we are the elements that we are working with today. And don't forget, if there's anything that you see that that I used in my card making today that you would love to purchase, I would love for you to shop with me this month using our host code. And if you are shopping with me and you are spending $50, you will be eligible to receive a free gift as a thank you for shopping in my online store. Alright, so now I'm looking for my Versamark, which I have somewhere. Here it is. I'm looking for my sentiment. And again, it's my dad's birthday. So, generally I can do just regular happy birthday or birthday wishes. So I think what I am going to do is I'm going to do let's celebrate on the outside and birthday wishes on the inside, okay? Make sure it's straight. This is one of my favorite sizes of stamping blocks. I don't remember the number or the letter, but it's my favorite because when I have like strip size sentiments, you guys, very rarely do you have any extra room for it to be not straight once you put it on there, okay? So when I am stamping sentiments, I do, especially thin and narrow ones, I do try to make sure that I reach for this block, right? Because it'll generally be straight. Now this is the first time I'm using this stamp set, so I'm going to prime it. I just did it with my hands. Now also adding Versamark and stamping it also gives you, helps you to prime the stamp as well, okay? Now I'm going to line this guy up. And then I'm just going to stamp. Grab my white embossing powder. I didn't use my embossing buddy, but I think we'll be okay on this one. I'm just going to go in with my brush. Try to get rid of as much of the excess as I can. guys. Our sentiment is done. I do, like I said, I have been using white on black as my sentiment, my go-to lately for doing my sentiment. I don't know, it just seems to add a little bit more elegance to the project, I guess. At least that's what I think. That's the feel I get when I look at them. It just looks a little bit more elegantly done. I'm trying to find my new tool here. Y'all know I'm a gadget person. And I have this cool little gadget. That I can't seem to put my hands on right this very second. Which is par for my course. Alright, so let's just trim this then. I know we have punches. I think the sentiment might be a little bit too long for the punches. Hold on, let's see what we got. We'll see if it fits in the classic label punch. Yeah, it's too, it's not long enough. So we're just going to trim it. And we'll probably end up being about a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, I think. More like a 1/2 inch, I think. So we're just going to go this way. That's a 1/4. 1/2 is maybe too much. So again, with using our little guide here, we're just going to make sure that the top of the sentiment is under the trimmer, and that's how we're going to line that up. Okay. This is 4. So I'm going to trim this down to 4 inches. We want to take some off of each end and make this a 4-inch strip. So this is 4 by 5/8, I would say. No, it's less than that. So 4 by 3/8 of an inch is what I would say this strip is, okay? I don't want it fully on here, so I might trim it down just a little bit more as well. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna flag one end. Let's trim this off just a little bit more. And I'm gonna flag it. And I just find the center, make a little bit of a snip, corner to the top of that snip, corner to the top of that snip, and that's how we'll banner, just like that. Now we're going to do that, but I'm also going to make sure I'm going to trim it on that end because I want it flush with that corner. Excuse me. line it up. Now I gotta move this over here because I need to make sure, again, this is how you use your tools and your supplies to make your stamping life easy. Okay. So I know this is about where I want to line my sentiment up. So I should make sure that I have there, and somewhere it seems eyeballing, it looks like it's even on the other side with that grid line. Okay, turn this over. And there we go. Perfect. Birthday card is complete, almost. Now I've got to go get some. Next thing I'm going to look for is I'm going to bring in my other piece of white cardstock. I think I want to put something behind there. I'm not sure. That's just how it works with me, you guys. So I said, happy birthday. And inside I'm going to write, let's celebrate. Okay. Priming my stamp because it's the first time I've used it. And then I'm going to use, again, in color, Azure Afternoon. Not in color, Regal, Bright. Test it, make sure it's inked up well, perfect. And then I'm going to put right on the bottom. Let's celebrate. Why did I put the sentiment on the bottom? Well, the reason I put this the sentiment on the bottom is pretty simple. This card is for my dad, and so I want to make sure that I have plenty of room to write. Now, if I'm sending a generic card, when I say generic, if I'm sending a card to someone not as close as my dad, but I want to acknowledge something, and I don't want to really write a lot, I will put my sentiment right in the center. I'm just saying. Well, if it's in the center, you got to write around it or write above and below it, right? So your space is limited. Okay. Put this guy right in here. So the inside of the card is finished. I'm trying to decide, should I put it just as is? Should I add a black mat? Or do I mat it on white and put that on here? I kind of like the white. What do you think? I think I like the white. So let me find a piece that I can cut. I think a quarter panel that I can trim down a little bit. And then we'll finish our card. So we know that our panel is 4 by 5 1/4. So we will need to trim this to 4 1/8. By 5 3/8. Needs to just be an an inch shy of that. Okay. Perfect. Now, I'm going to pop this up. Alrighty. And we still have to roll the die, guys, so we can see what's happening next month. Again, the roll of the die is generally on the second Sunday of the month, barring any holidays. I'm not sure when Father's Day is next month. So unless Father's Day is the second Sunday of next month, June, we will see you right back here for roll of the die on the second Sunday in June. I think it is, though. Not sure. It's just amazing to me how much I'm losing track of holidays and dates. You would think that as a card maker, things would not get by me like that, but they do. They certainly do. And my father's Father's Day card is on my desk and not already in his hands for his birthday. And my little brother's is coming up right behind that, so let's just make sure I got two of them, right? Alright, so here we go. We're just going to add this. Love my Take Your Pick tool. So again, guys, don't forget to pop on over to Tiffany's video today, and definitely make sure you give her a thumbs up or a like. Let her know that you liked her project. If you like her project, I'm not forcing you to do anything, but if you do like a project, again, a little comment every so often just serves to let the creator know that you like their work. Okay? All right, and then last but not least, let me burnish this down a little bit better. Now be very careful. And when I say be careful, what I really mean is foam strips, foam sheets, they come in various thicknesses, okay? Now if you're going to mail stuff through the mail, just be cognizant of that fact, and that you may have to do a little extra postage just to accommodate the fact that it's a little bit thicker, okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add a little bit of accents. And here's how I accent. For this particular card, because I haven't done my embellish element yet, okay? Let me grab some of this stuff off the desk. That's the sound of my, my floor saying, hey, thanks for feeding me. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I just grabbed a white jelly roll pen. Make sure there's ink in it. Right? I'm just gonna add a little bit, just scribbled. That's all I do, guys. And then I'm going to add some some gems. If I can find them, of course. I just had them here too. That's my life. It really truly is. And then after this, you guys, we're gonna get ready and we're gonna roll the dice to see what next month has in store for us. Now, I know last time I said I was gonna put it all in my on my iPad in the little app. Didn't quite get to that, so I'm not gonna be doing that this time. So it's still gonna be with the die. Let's go ahead and put a couple of small ones on there. 1, 2, and 3. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is our card today, where we use the elements rolled by the die, monochromatic, masculine, I embellished, it's layered, and using the brights. For my brights, I did use, like I said, Coastal Cabana and Azure Afternoon. Okay? Alright, give me 1 second. Let me get this all ready to go, and then... Oh, I didn't do an envelope. Gotta do an envelope really quickly. Boom. Card is done, but let's grab our envelope really quickly. And our envelope this time is going to be very simple. I'm just going to take my little sailboat . Him, and then I have this cute little stamp that I found. I'm not sure where I found it. There you go. It says Happy Mail. Isn't that cute? Alright, you guys. Our project is done for today. I'm not going to share with you what I'm going to write to my dad. My dad's birthday card is complete. Also, guys, just make sure to check out the my Facebook page. I have posted registration for my upcoming class. I call my classes Stamp and Sip. It is an online class only. You can register and receive a kit in the mail, but it is an online Zoom class. And with that class, we'll get together for a couple of hours. We'll probably make 3 or 4 cards in class, depending on how fast everything goes. But definitely 3 we'll make in class. And I think I'll give you a tutorial, the tutorial will be for about 4, I might include an extra card or 2 in the tutorial for you, okay? So, class includes the video, the Zoom, access to the Zoom link. It will be recorded, and I will host it or post it on YouTube in a private restricted link that only if you're registered for my class, you do get access to that link. If you register for that option, you have the option to get the PDFs only. But yeah, we're featuring the Mediterranean Blooms Suite Collection. The class itself is $15 to join the class. If you're wanting to get the add-ons, which are things like the stamp sets, the bundles, you're more than welcome to do so. Class is free with purchase of the bundle from my online store. All right, so here we go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am definitely trying to make sure that we get to, we just did layering. We did punches a little bit ago, so I'm going to keep that, and we did that one already. So I'm going to re-roll this. Alrighty. That, I don't like monochromatic. We're going to do that. Have a little bit of sponging. I know. Well, it did say over the top. All right, there we go. So for next month, the projects we make will have to feature these elements: regals, friendship, die cuts, a little bit of sponging, and over the top. All right, you guys. So thanks again for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you next month. Don't forget, if there's any products that you see that I used in my videos today that you would love, don't forget to shop on in my online store. And if you make a purchase of $50 or more, you will be eligible to receive that free gift. On that note, you guys, thanks for joining me today. I will see you on the second Sunday of the month, and happy stamping.